Welcome to Skills to Pay the Bills in today's segment of JustAskFreeman.com. I'm your host, Freeman Owen Jr., and sitting next to me is Carolyn, my co-host, business partner, and lovely wife. Carolyn, what are we going to talk about today?
Well, Freeman, we have gotten so many questions from our viewers about required minimum distributions. They want to know what type of strategies are available to ensure that they can keep their retirement funds in their care, in their custody, and in their control. And they also want to know how they can double or possibly triple the value of their hard-earned retirement savings, and how they can reduce investment risk in their portfolios. So, Freeman, we need you to talk to us about these important issues so that we can do a better job of protecting our assets. So, the first question I want to ask you is for you to please define required minimum distribution, RMDs. What does it mean, and why is the concept behind it so important?
I'm going to try to make it very, very simple. It is very simple. The required minimum distribution is the annual amount you must withdraw from a qualified plan. Let me define qualified. That's pre-tax monies, and is often referred to as the qualified employer-sponsored retirement accounts. You have your 401ks, your TSPs, 403bs, and including in that a qualified plan, we can count the IRA. Now, each year, IRS says, well, look, by 12/31 of each calendar year, you must take a minimum distribution. This occurs at attained age 70 and a half. Okay. Now, let me share this with you too. When you take these withdrawals, mandatory, there's a one-shot deal that's offered to you. And that one-shot deal is that you can take your required minimum distribution or the mandate withdrawal from your qualified plans the following year, April 1 of the following year. But the problem with that, Carolyn, is that these distributions are taxable. So if you take your required amount or withdrawal that is mandated by IRS, you end up with two taxable events the following year. So it's very, very important that you take the mandatory percentage annually before 12/31 of the calendar year. So that's a good example of what is mandated. And this will continue from 70 and a half and attained age right on through forever, unless you have some type of strategy to minimize your tax bite. Those monies that are withdrawn from the qualified plan or your pre-tax dollars is treated as or taxed as ordinary income.